So, as the supporters of Mark the WEF Carney often use Brexit as an example of Carney's brilliant economics, the economist. Let's take a look at what happened there. Just a bit of a review. The Brits held a public referendum. It passed by the narrowest of margins. I didn't research how much, but it was really close if I remember correctly. Didn't bother searching that out. Anyways, it passed in June of 2016, although it would be January of 2020 before it was a done deal. But let's look at what the issues were amongst the British people. What was the reasoning for Brexit? Many Brits felt that the EU membership compromised the UK's ability to make its own laws and decisions. Check mark. Immigration. EU free movement rules led to much more immigration. Check. Economic freedom. Check. Bureaucracy. Critics of EU membership felt that Brussels imposed too many regulations on the UK. Check. I mean, we see all this happening in the EU member countries right now. Financially, the argument was UK's financial contributions to the EU budget were seen as burdensome. The money could be spent better domestically. Democratically, many felt that Brexit would allow for more direct democratic control. Oh, double check. Now, there were some economic losses, and even the proponents of Brexit realized that there would be short and medium term economic prices to pay, let's say, in various ways. And indeed, the statistics support that. So, again, I would say Carney's wasn't worried about Britain's economy. He was worried about the WEF losing control. So what went wrong in Britain? Well, Boris Johnson in 2019 ran and won a majority government on the grounds that he would get Brexit finally completed. And he did. Now, let's bear in mind, Boris Johnson is a Young Global Leaders Program graduate and WEF member. I haven't got my main book with me or one of the old ones, to go see what year Boris attended and graduated. So yeah, he finished the Brexit off, got UK out, Brexit happened, Johnson was in power, and he went full tilt with the whole WEF New Green Deal agenda. And as the public started to go, and the immigration numbers weren't going down, and well, as we see, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The press supported Johnson by saying, well, his wife is a greeniac. Think Diana Fox Carney, is that her name? Klaus, the WEF Carney's wife. Well, anyways, Johnson just went with the full WEF agendas, despite the fact Britain had Brexited. So now we come to what's going on concurrently. The Brits elected in Keir Starmer, Labour Party. Johnson was Conservative. And what did Starmer say? He was going to stem the tide on the rafts crossing the English Channel, and they've effectively doubled. Yeah, he was going to curtail spending money on the mass migrants coming in. He didn't. Instead, he took money from seniors for some kind of concession financially for heating in the winter, whatever the terminology is for that. Full tilt WEF. I mean, Starmer, again, don't have my book, didn't check the Young Global Leaders dates, but he's on record as saying his loyalties lie more to the World Economic Forum than England. We just saw what happened in Germany with the elections. They elected out Olaf Scholz, Young Global Leaders, WEF member, etc., and replaced him with Merz, whatever, Frederick there. YGL, WEF, same deal in Germany. I'm going to work on the migration, I'm going to work on the economics, and just pulled a Starmer. Same deal, right? So, this is what happens when you get a WEF member leading your country. We see what happened in Canada in 10 years under Trudeau, who was just a WEF puppet. Now we have a WEF puppet master. And yet people still support this guy. They don't get it. Well, anyways, I'm gonna leave the video here. Yeah. Well, I'll summate by saying, in Britain and in Germany, their economies lie in ruination in great part to the pursuit of net zero. Germany's economy's been destroyed because they shut down all their nuclear, and so their industrial costs went up, making them not competitive on the global market. Industry and home heating in the UK is what, 4.5 times more than it is in the US, one of your biggest costs of living. You really think Carney's going to build pipelines?